everybody. Welcome back to KWESI Nigeria. Hey, I told you I was going to be able to do some lives back to back because we're on spring break. But unfortunately, this is the last weekend of spring break. And I've been really busy during the week, you guys. I was making uniforms, and man, that took up like most of the week. Okay. That took a lot of time. But as promised, I am here to talk about something interesting. So I want to wait and make sure you guys can hear me. So I don't want to keep talking and then talking, and then I realize, oh, nobody heard anything that I said because I don't have the mic hooked up. All right, so we're just going to keep on. I'm going to talk a little bit. What do y'all want to talk? Oh, good. Okay. Hey, tell me if you can hear me, whoever this person is. Let me know if you can hear me because I don't have the mic hooked up. So let me know if everything sounds good. All right. If you can't hear me, say so. Say something. So y'all can hear me? Hey, Malik, can you hear me? Okay, so you must can hear me. All right, so let's go. All right. Just want to make sure y'all can hear me before we get started because this is a lot. I mean, just going back through all of this. Okay, good. Just going back through all of this, like trying to get it together was a lot because some people who just joined my channel and joined, I call it the repack community, they don't know about all of this that happened with KWESI Boyd and the repacks, and they don't even know who the Dusty Divas are. So they're probably like, who are the Dusty Rusty Divas? Who is she talking about? So I'm trying to get everything together. And while I was getting everything together, just to kind of give a synopsis, I'm like, wow, this is a lot. This is a lot. And you know what, people? I've been researching this topic, KWESI Boyd, for almost 3 years now. Almost 3 years. 3 years. Can you believe that? Almost 3 years. And it's like new chapter after new chapter after new chapter. It's not to repeat information. No, this is new information. I want to make sure I don't have any lipstick on my teeth. And Beautiful left me, y'all, so I'm here by myself. I gotta run the show by myself tonight. So, listen, this was a lot. So I want to get started. So first, what we're gonna do, I got to tell people who I am because a lot of people don't know who I am. They probably just saw the title. They was like, "Oh, KWESI Boyd, let me just see." So my name is Kiki. I call myself Kiki Loves Nigeria. Okay. And people say, let me explain why, because a lot of people think it's because I love some man who's from Nigeria. And no, that's not the case. I call myself Kiki Loves Nigeria because the most of my DNA comes from Nigeria, the Nigerian Cameroon border. Okay. So that's why I say I love Nigeria because I love myself. So to love myself, I have to love where I come from, where most of me comes from. And most of me comes from Nigeria. So I love Nigeria, good, bad, and ugly. All right. So that's me. I've traveled to Nigeria 6, maybe 7 times. And I've traveled to Cameroon once. I've been to the Gambia twice. I'm planning my 3rd trip to the Gambia. So I like to go to Africa and I like to travel to countries that I studied in school, which was the West African countries. Um, and where did I get my information from? A lot of this information came from KWESI Boyd's videos because I didn't want to look at my videos and get, my own opinion about the video, about this situation, whether this was defamation or not. So I was like, well, no, let's look at his videos. Let's look at some neutral videos. So I tried to look at Blacksit made a good video when she interviewed the Dusty Divas, and I couldn't find it. That video was gone. So at that time, I wasn't doing screen recordings. I did talk about it, but I wasn't doing screen recordings, so I couldn't even go back and get it. Okay, so only video I could find about the situations, which was very few, was KWESI's videos and Go Black to Africa. I think that's how you say his name. He had a couple of videos, so I got a lot of information from there. And then I got a lot of the information from just my old research, information that I had, like messages. When I interviewed KWESI, I looked through that. When I was researching the Dusty Divas, I looked through the research notes I had through that. So I had a lot of information about these people. So I just kind of went through what I had. Now, like I said, I've been researching them for almost 3 years now. Really, really, literally, almost 3 years now. All right. So first, let's go over the topic. Oh, why is this important for our repack community? Because what I talk about on my channel are things that impact our repack journey, because that's what's most important to me. Now, this impacts our repack journey because this Invest Relocate Africa, from what I found about this company, was a very nice company. In theory, it was a very nice company. I think if this company would have been allowed to flourish and develop, it would have been something really nice for African Americans, not only to invest in, but to travel and to have a place to live as a community outside of the United States. Because like I always tell people, when you get older, and you might as well face the reality of this, we're all going to get older. The United States is not a welcoming place for older people. Your income, once you retire, because you can only work so long, because in this country, they work you like a dog. They work you like a dog, no matter what profession you're in, people, because I've been in several professions, okay? Several. And I realize no matter what you do, they're going to overwork you. So you might as well pick something that you would do for free, because they're going to overwork you. And at a certain point in your life, you're not going to be able to be overworked like that. So you're going to have to retire. Then what are you going to do? Where are you going to stay? In the United States? Where at? In low-income housing for seniors? Or are you going to go live in one of those retirement villages? That's what I call them, where they take all your money and they give you maybe $40 or $50. Or even worse, you can go to a nursing home. Because see, that's the plan for us, people. I'm just keeping it 100% real. The government is going to stand. If you don't have kids, or if your kids aren't involved in your life, the government is going to step in. They're going to take control of you. I guess it's called a custodianship, where they're going to be your guardian. Yeah, because as soon as the doctor realizes you're living alone and you have a retirement coming in, you have Social Security coming in, and you have some type of medical condition that says you cannot live alone, watch what I tell you, people. They'll come in and they'll take you. And you're going to live in this retirement center. Are you going to live in this village or a nursing home where they're going to take your checks? And that's the reality of getting old in the United States. Unless you have kids like my mom did, which was me, who took care of her, and I made my mom comfortable, till she left this world, because I was not going to have my mom live like that. But I saw too many older people live like that. And even today, around me, I told y'all where I live at, I think it was a senior's place, because it's a whole bunch of seniors and nobody's helping them. Nobody. And I feel so sorry for them, because at some point, somebody's going to creep in and take their money, start taking their money, because that's just the way it is in the United States. So you need to think about that and face that. So are you going to live like that? Are you going to transition your life to go to a place where the elderly are respected? Because see, in Africa, when you become an elder, you're respected in the community. Everybody respects you. Nobody disrespects the elders. Age is like wisdom to them. That's something that is honorable when you get older. But not here, they just throw you to the side. So you need to think about that. And our money is worth so much more over there, okay? And when you're older, you're not going to need the internet like that. You're not going to need all the things you need now. You're not going to need those things. So your cost of living is going to drop. You can have someplace smaller. You don't have kids that's living with you, unless you're Black Acres and you have adult children, who you build a house for them and you too. So unless you're them, you won't need a 4,000 square foot house. You're going to downsize. You're not going to upsize when you go to Africa. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's going to cost you so much more. So that's the plan, people. That's what I'm telling you. That's got to be the plan if you want to live nice. If you want to live nice. And I told you, I've been to Africa. I'm planning my 12th trip there. Okay. And if you want to live nice, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. But if you stay here, I'm sorry. That's all I can say is I'm sorry. And y'all know I'm all for the government. Y'all know I'm a fan of the U.S. government. I'll tell y'all in a minute. I have worked for them all my life. All my life I've worked for them. They've been good to me. I've had no problems with them. But I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. This company is about young workers because young people can work. And young people will work like that. They want young workers. They want you to work until they can overwork you. When you get a certain age, for one, you're not going to let them overwork you. And number two, sometimes your body is just not going to let them overwork you. So you got to have a plan, people. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. And for what I'm seeing, this is the plan. So Invest Relocate Africa was that kind of place. For what I seen from researching it, it could have been that type of community. It could have been that type of community because Art Kathy, for people who don't know, Art Kathy, she had her own like community before she came with KWESI. She had this women's group, like she was really into women's issues and healing women, and she had this women's school. So she brought a lot of people over to Invest Relocate Africa. So KWESI had his own people, and then she brought more people. It was the two forces that came together that made Invest Relocate Africa the success it was. Okay. And that's why when she saw that KWESI was bringing all these low standard people in, she knew this is about to destroy us. And he wasn't listening. You guys know, ultimately, KWESI is a man. He's an African man. He's been in Africa, almost 8 years, almost 10 years now. So he's thinking African. His wives are African. His wives are Gambian, okay? So you got to understand, ultimately, he's going to make his own decision. So all these women tell it, no, he makes his own decisions. So him and Art came to bump heads over that. And when two powerhouses bump heads, what do you think is going to happen? They're just going to leave. They're just going to break apart. They're not going to stand there and argue. Because see, people who have genuine power don't have to do that. They don't have to argue with you. They don't have to fight with you because they know. They know who they are. So why would I bow beneath you to sit and argue with you? Like when Black Acres of the Gambia, Cynthia was trying to fight me in that restaurant. You all saw me. I sat there with my back to her and I laughed because I know my power and I know who I am. So how do I look standing up there arguing, trying to fight with the bag lady? What does that make me look like? A straight fool. So these two powerhouses was not about to argue. So people were like, well, why didn't he come out and make videos? If he didn't agree with her, why didn't he come out and make videos? Why? Business people don't do that because that's called defamation. Okay? And that's what we're talking about tonight. That's how you know the Dusty Divas were not business people of any standard because business people don't do that. They don't destroy each other's business because they know you can be sued for that. You can be sued for that. If you stop my income for a lie you told because you didn't understand what was going on, oh, people, that's called defamation. That's called defamation all day, every day. And that's what Dusty Rusty Shantae does to me all day, every day. But I've lost nothing from that. If anything, I've gained more views, I've gained more subscribers. My whoever she claims to be contacting at the state of Ohio is apparently laughing at her because they haven't contacted me one time. If anything, they've contacted me and said, are you coming back next year? Yeah, I just got an email saying, are you coming back next year? So if she's doing all of this and I'm supposed to be doing all of that, where's her case? And so I did talk to a lawyer about defamation, and that's how I know, because I haven't lost anything. He said, that's the thing we got to prove, that you've lost something. Economically, I've lost nothing. Nothing. If anything, my channel has grown from her lies, because anybody who listens to her knows they're blatant lies. But when it came to KWESI Boyd, see, this is the difference. This is a Black man who dresses nice, who has a lot of women, and THC likes to call the pimp of the Gambia. But these women, he calls him, that KWESI's supposed to be pimping, is his wives. So I'm confused. I'm confused. This man's supposed to be so Christian. What is he, a Muslim? I don't know what he is. But you make videos defaming somebody's character and talking about this man, and he has wives and children. All of these people has defamed this man's character. Everybody you hear me talk about have defamed this man's character. And every time he tries to get on his feet, they try to bring him down again. They try to bring him down again. This is unbelievable, but it's a Black man. And this is what they do to Black men. Y'all, this is what they do. This is the new high-tech lynching. I told y'all in the other video, this is how they do it now. This is how they do it now. This is how they do it now. Yeah, this is the high-tech lynching. I'm going to defame your character, and I'm going to use your own people to do it. And who am I going to use? The women, because historically, women have told the truth in Black communities, and if the Black woman says it, it's got to be true. Yeah. So we all have witnessed the high-tech lynching of KWESI. And we continue to witness that over and over and over again. Even Black Acres, they make sure anybody who why you think they don't like me, y'all? That's why they went after me. Because remember, I did the video about Elvin's B&B and how they were mad because they said KWESI was the real owner of Elvin's B&B. And when they found that out, they quit dealing with him, and they said Mr. Elvin was a scammer because he was dealing with KWESI Boyd. That's defamation, people. You can't do that. And they made a whole video about that. And Mr. Elvin came on my show and said they didn't even give him a chance to explain nothing, to talk about nothing, to say nothing before they came out with that video. That's defamation, people. That right there is defamation, in my humble opinion. In my Kiki loves Nigeria humble opinion. All right. Because when I get to talking about these people, I get heated. I get so heated. Because I know people, I grew up with people like KWESI. I grew up with Black men like KWESI. I got friends who are Black men like KWESI. So I understand Black men like that. And I know how this world will stereotype them. And if they see them making success, being successful, they got to be scammers. They got to be scammers. They got to be scamming somebody. But where's the scam, people? I've been looking for almost 3 years and I ain't found the scam yet. And I'm waiting for the scam. I'm waiting for the scam. I heard one person tell me something about a real estate listing. Okay. And I said, did you get the listing? They said, yes, they got it. But I said, so what was the fraud? And they said, well, it wasn't updated. Okay, now think about that, people. Think about that. How are you going to keep continually updating it? Who knows when the person got it, the channels it has to go through. And so they're supposed to go up there and update it every time a house gets sold or a house gets rented. That doesn't even happen in the United States. You know what? Do you know how many houses I've called or how many places I've called? And they said, oh, I'm sorry, it's been rented, but the listing says it's open. That happens a lot, people. Or when you call them and you see it and you call and it's not there anymore. That's because people move a lot now, people. So that's not fraud. That's why they couldn't get the money back from the bank. Because let me tell you, when I had my dance team, People love to scam dance teams, okay? For some reason, they love to scam people who work with kids. So they would scam dance teams all the time. And then they would try to say, no money back. That's what they would say. No refund, guaranteed, no refund. But you know what the bank would always ask? Did you get your product that you paid for? No, I didn't get my product. If I didn't get the product that I paid for, I was getting my money back. Okay. So the thing is, they got the product that they paid for. So there's no fraud committed. They just wanted, I guess they wanted it continually updated. I don't know, because I only got one person who told me that. And this person, I think she was just around me to see what she could find out about me. I don't know. I guess people think I got some secret life. I'm some secret agent. I don't know what people think. I really don't know what people think. I'm as transparent as can be. And when I was in school, that's what my professors always said about me. She's the type of person, she just put it off. She put all the cards on the table. There's no guessing about what kind of person she is, because she lets you know. Yeah, I shoot straight from the hip. That's how my grandmother taught me. That's what it was called. Shoot straight from the hip. So I don't play these reindeer games. That's what I call them. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it. So let me get back to what we were talking about. So these are the so let's talk about oh, wait, let me see these comments. This looks like it's a lot. Oh, it is a lot. Okay, y'all, let's go through these comments. So defamation is really interesting, okay? YouTube people are really have gotten in trouble for this since Cardi B. So y'all know about Cardi B and what's that chick name? Cardi B and Tasha K. Tasha K told this big lie on Cardi B, all right? Cardi was just trying to let it go. She was going back and forth with her for a minute. You know, they was just like going back and forth. But when Tasha K kept putting the lie out there like it was truth, you know, and involving her family and her husband and everything, she was like, oh no, this is too much. So she sent her a cease and desist. Well, she wants to ignore the cease and desist, and she kept on with the lies. So Cardi sued her. Cardi B sued a YouTube content creator. Yes, she did. She sued this woman and she won, I think, $5 million, something like that, $5 million, $3 million from her. Yes, for slander, libel, slander, and defamation, all combined, because she was doing it all. Yes, you can't do that. You can't just make up things about people because you want to, or because you think it's so. You can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot do that. That's why I always tell you I use primary sources, because if I use primary sources, I can always go back and say, oh, no, sir. I base everything I say on a fact, not an opinion. So let me explain to you people what a fact is, because some of you really don't know. A fact is something that can be proven with an image or a text, or in text, not a text message, but text, like in writing in a book or on the internet. That's called text. Okay. So and that's where I get it from. I get it from videos, which are images, people, and text, which are comments, people, and interviews. So if you can't get me for defamation, because I haven't lied on you, I haven't made up anything about you. These are flat out lies, all right, based on their opinion of what they thought about KWESI Boy. Okay, what does this one say, y'all? This one says, Bag always brags about the 4,000 square foot house that they'll never, no, they won't, because y'all know what? Building in Africa, ooh, it's so expensive. And it's more expensive now. And it's like, when you think you're done, you're not finished. And then when you think you're finished, you're not finished. It's just like a money pit. And they don't have the money to pour into that pit, because nobody's here in the United States working to send money back there. See, my friends who did that, first off, they were from there. My friend from Cameroon, he's from Cameroon. Okay. So what he would do was go back every summer and he would supervise them building the house. He would take a certain amount of money, he would spend that money, and then he would build a little bit at a time, you know, but he would make sure he was over there watching what they was doing at all times. They're building this house off of donations. They're building this house off of other people. They're building this house off basically a hope and a prayer. And once you say they get it built, how are they going to get it furnished? You know how expensive it is to furnish a house? They living in fairy tale land. Fairy tale land. And selling these fairy tales to all these people running over there who know they're going to be running back, because Gambia is the most expensive place I've ever been in Africa. And that is no lie. It is more expensive than Nigeria. And that is a sin and a shame before God. And I'm going to say it again. That is a sin and a shame before God that Gambia is more expensive than Nigeria. Yep. But y'all know what the difference is? Nigeria is not a sex tourist place. So people ain't going there like that. People, if you go and just think, y'all, these women don't get no sex except when they go. This video ain't gonna be monetized either. Daggone it. I'm sorry, y'all. I just gotta tell the truth. I don't have time for that, to follow those little beeping rules and all that. If they don't want to monetize it, then hey, I mean, that's on YouTube. It say flat. This is their platform. If they say, Kiki, you talk about stuff we don't like, we ain't gonna pay you for this, then fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, YouTube. But the truth is the truth, Lord. How many wives does he have? No, he does not. KWESI does not. And I met them, y'all. I met them. They are so nice. I met the girls who work. See, you know what they talking about? This is how people lie. They're talking about the girls he works for, that works for him. He employs young ladies. And I think that's really nice, because, you know, in Africa, it's hard for women to really get jobs. They always give the jobs to men, you know, but he employs men and young ladies. Okay. So the young ladies, they go with him to different places, especially when he has like a female guest. I noticed that. So, you know, they kind of help take care of me, for real. That's what they do. They help, you know, they carry my things. I don't like that, but they do. You know, they order my food. They get what I want. They basically help you. They help take care of you, you know. So I think he does that to make you feel more comfortable, and then they can speak the language. So that's more comfortable for me to have a woman doing that for me than a man. So I know for me, I like the girls we were with, because they're on the picture they're on the video on my videos. We made a video together. So I think they're confusing these young ladies as his wives, because they're not. One of them is, but the other ones are not. I believe one of them was. See, I'm not even sure, but I know they're not his wives. All of them are not his wives. I believe she went out with us once. I'm not sure. I can't remember, because remember, me and KWESI were going out a lot. We were, you know, going out a lot. So I don't remember. But no, he doesn't have 7 or 8 wives. I don't even know if he has 4, really. I don't know, because I don't believe it's up to 4. I don't think he has 4 wives. I really don't. I don't. I think Happy Companion probably got more wives than him. Don't you? How many wives and concubines do you have, Happy Companion? That's what we want to know. But I can tell you for sure he doesn't have 7 or 8. I think they're talking about the young ladies who are around him. Let's go back up here, and then I'm gonna go finish this. Okay. KWESI finally did something about this. Yes, because I was getting mad, Wonderful. I was getting mad at him. I was getting mad, because I'm just like, you're just gonna keep on. You're just gonna keep letting these people do this. You're just gonna keep letting these people do this. You're just gonna keep on. So he would reassure me, you know, I'm gonna do something, Kiki. I'm gonna do something, you know, but he moves in his own time. That's what I'm telling y'all. He moves in his own time. And I'm sure other people were telling him. But trust me, Wonderful, I was telling him also. You need to do something. This is horrible what they've done to you. The damage they've done to him, I don't even think they can recover. I really don't. I really, truly don't. People truly believe this man is a scammer. And when I say, okay, well, tell me the scam. so I can go check it out because that's what I do. They can't tell me no scam. They can't tell me no scam. If anything, people tell me, oh, he was good to me. He did this to me. He was fair to me. But they won't come on here and say it to y'all because they know y'all going to attack them. I think one person did. Maybe two people have. But yeah, there's people in the background because they sit and they see these comments and they're like, oh, shoot, I'm not going to say nothing. I know how these people are. They're going to just attack me. So people won't say anything. Let's see. I wouldn't have turned my back to Cynthia. She's a snake. Yeah, I know. But she went behind me. You know, I was sitting down. Right. I didn't turn my back to her because that's what my grandma always told me. Don't ever turn your back to anybody. But I was in that position, believe me. Now, sound like me and you come from the same place. Now, if I would have got up and turned around, you know what was going to happen. You know what was going to happen. So I had to stay planted. And that's, y'all see how I was sitting. I was planted in that seat. My feet was planted in the ground because I knew if I stood up, it was going to be all day. I knew it was going to be. I knew I was going to go in reaction mode. And I said, no, you sit right here. You sit right here. That's all my mind kept saying. You sit right here. You sit right here. You let her make a fool out of herself. You see all these people looking at you. You see all these people around here. Don't you dare get up. So I sat right there. But I said, if she hit me, oh, Lord. But the voice said, if she hit you, then you go for what you know. If she hit you, then all is fair in love and war. If she hit you. But if she don't hit you and she just stand there and talk that talk, you know she only going to get one good hit in. And that's when your back is turned. Okay? But after that, then you know it's all fair. It's all fair game. It's all fair game. So I couldn't do anything. I was in a bad situation. And these are all the conversations that was going through my head, y'all, at one time. Can y'all believe that? I was having all these conversations at one time. I was making decisions about what I was going to do. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But I knew I was not gonna get up there and roll around in the mud. I knew I would defend myself if I had to, but I don't roll around in the mud. I don't entertain pigs and slop. I don't do that. I don't do that, especially in Africa. That's embarrassing. Our Catholic came with the Gambia with 200,000 pennies, a big nasty mouth, and an ugly attitude. Well, I don't know, because, you know, I really didn't research Art Kathy. I just know from what I've seen, she had a womb school. I know she had that. And I knew she had, you know, some attitude problems. And I think the attitude, to be honest, y'all, I'm going to just tell y'all the truth. I think because I watched when she first got there. And then I watched how she began to change. I think it was too much on her. Because when you first go to Africa, you can't just go to Africa to live. Not if you're used to middle class or upper class America. Even if you're used to lower class America. To me, in my opinion, having been there almost 12 times, 3 different countries, and I've had the same experiences, no matter what country I'm in, it's difficult. It is, in all fairness to her, that's what people never want to be. They never want to be fair to her. They never want to put her shoes on and stand in her shoes. They never want to do that. They never want to put her shoes on and say, what was going on in her head? So that's what I'm trying to do, to get the other person's shoes on and say, what was going on in her head? So what I seriously think was going on in her head is that she was just really not adjusting well to Africa. And when you don't adjust well to Africa, you become cynical like that, because I become cynical. After I've been there for 30 days, I turn into a different person, because by that time, I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of it all. I kid you not. I'm tired of it all. And that's why I'm real about the situation. And I tell you, I can't live there 365 days a year and 24/7. That's not me, because the whole system begins to drain me. I get tired of being overcharged. The number one thing is I get tired of being overcharged. Some days I don't want to go through that whole back and forth. Some days I just want to go to the store and pay what is ever on the label to be paid. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through this person getting another price and this person getting another price and this person getting another. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that every day of my life. And that wears you down. That wears you down. And the standard of living that we are used to here is not the same over there. But somehow, some way, we go over there expecting, no matter what we say, we're expecting, because that's all we know. And if we say we're not expecting that, we're not being real and honest with ourselves. And this is what happens to you. You become mean and nasty. You become mean and nasty. That's exactly what's going to happen to you, because you get tired of it all. You get just hot. You don't have air conditioning like you do here. You don't have electricity unless you have lots of money and you can afford that on the regular, because that's expensive. Electricity, AC eats up your air conditioning. So I don't know about y'all, but when I get hot, I get mean. I get downright mean. So, that could have been going on. She was complaining about the food. And it's true. Sometimes I wanted a salad. After so long, you get tired of eating that food and you want some of your food and you want a salad. You just want a salad and you think, ooh, a salad will be good in Africa. This is Africa. I should be able to get a good salad. No, you cannot. You cannot. At least I haven't. I haven't been able to. And that blows my mind. That blows my mind. And I'm telling you, these are probably the things that she was going through. I'm not justifying what she did or what she said. I don't think you should, like I always say, I don't think you should ever go to anybody's house and put your feet up on their furniture and disrespect them and tell them how much you don't like their house. I think you should just leave. So instead of her doing all what she did, I think she just should have left. But in fairness to her, I think she was having like a serious mental breakdown, because that's what it'll do to you. KWESI should have known better. Yeah, he should have. But sometimes, he's not a good judge of character when it comes to women. He's just not. Because you could see them two coming. Who couldn't see them coming? You could tell by their conversation, for one, they're not right. But they get into that brother, sister, that Pan-African Africa talk, and they get to, I call it shucking and jabbing. That's what my uncles used to call it. They used to call it shucking and jabbing. They get to shucking and jabbing, and people just get to going for it. They get to going for it. Oh, I want to come and work. I want to come and help build Africa. But really, they wanted to come and live in the lap of luxury, but they didn't want to pay for that. The lap of luxury was for the travelers, the visitors, not for the workers. They got that mixed up. They wanted to come there and live like they were the head of state. And this is what this really was all about. Because Aunt Kathy had an apartment that they wanted. And KWESI wouldn't take it from Aunt Kathy and to put them two dusty divas in it. So they went on the warpath. They felt like they should have the nicest place to live. That's what it's about. And that's what I'm telling you, accommodations. Accommodations will break you down. And that's probably what happened to them. They probably lost their minds. Once Phoenix got there and saw, oh, it's hot here. There's no AC here. There's no hot water here. No, not like in the United States. It's not. Unless you have lots of money. Now, if you have lots of money and you can afford all those things, yeah, you're not going to notice the difference. But if you don't have that kind of money, yeah, you're going to notice the difference. And you're going to start complaining. And that's exactly what she did. She wanted 24-hour Wi-Fi like we have here, like I have here. She want that, like how we got in the United States. She was mad because she didn't have that. That's why she got mad at KWESI. That's another reason she got mad. Yeah, because she wanted the Wi-Fi. And she wanted it now. She wanted it on now. She wanted the Wi-Fi now. These people were ridiculous. These people were ridiculous. They were truly ridiculous. I saw Tanya Roberts. I'm sorry. I saw Tasha K online. Oh, hold on, y'all. I saw Tasha K online doing a commercial for a personal injury lawyer. trying to pay that 5 million, suing for defamation is real. It is. It is. Tasha K. And see, let me tell y'all, Cardi know she ain't gonna collect that 5 million. She know Tasha K don't have $5 million. It's for the principal. KWESI probably know he's not gonna collect $3 million from them, but it's the principle behind it. You destroyed my business. You destroyed my reputation where I live at. You had me arrested where I live at on a lie. You paid people to come arrest me on a lie. On a lie. And now the court proved said it was no crime committed. Exodus Alliance proved there was no crime committed. 2 outside organizations. One is a whole court system. And these people still go around. That's how he gonna get y'all people. That's how he gonna stroke y'all. That's how he gonna stroke you, because he got 2 organizations saying I did nothing wrong. But you still continue this lie. You still continue this lie. That Dusty, y'all know who she is. The Dusty traveled with Tay Tay. She actually put this man's bank account information up there. She put this man's bank account information up there and went through the bank account information. And then gonna say the lady Victoria, because she saw somebody's name Victoria, which happens to be my name, because she invaded my privacy and found out my full name and told the world. So she goes on in this video and says the lady Victoria is me, that he's sending me money to make these videos for him. She's so stupid. She doesn't even know how to do a basic timeline. A basic timeline will tell you, oh, she didn't know him then. This is way before she started even doing videos about him. She was in Nigeria then. This can't be her. I'm not the only Victoria in the world. Thank you. Thank you for the honor, thinking that I own the name. No, but I don't. I share it with lots of people, especially lots of Nigerian girls. Okay? Ladies, because I'm not a girl by any means. Am I a girl? Yeah, these people are just cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. I don't even believe them. I'm sure he's messing around with one of them named Umi. How do you know? Now, how do you know her name? Who are you, Malik? Who are you for real? Who are you for real, Malik? Who are you for real? I never told you anybody's name, because I would never do that. Because that's an invasion of somebody's privacy, unless they wanted their name out there. So you just let us know that there's something up with you. Yeah. Because how do you know his wife's name? He doesn't say their names. How do you know their names, Malik? I'm waiting. I wonder who you are, because you really like me. I wonder who you are. My notice was late. I have to watch the beginning. Oh, that's okay. I don't know why they do that, because they know I'm about to make another non-monetized video. That's what they said. They said, oh, we ain't gonna get paid off of her anyway. She about to talk about some controversial stuff anyway. Let's see. THC didn't mention his wives when he was at home. No, but guess what? He's back in the Gambia. He didn't mention them at all. And I think he went back because he knew we was going to do a show about him, y'all. I just didn't get time. I had so many other things going on that I didn't get time. And before I even had the time, he was back in the Gambia. He was back in the Gambia. And he went back real quick, like a crackhead crossing the street. You know, a crackhead across the street real quick. That's how he went back to the Gambia. Yeah, because we was about to DOG him. Yeah, he knows that. He knows what we was about to do to him. Because we know what he's all about. We know what he is. He just a wannabe, broke down passport brother. He's too old to be a passport brother. He's a passport grandpa. He's a passport grandpa. Okay. Got all these little young girls in Africa want to be his wife because they think he got some money. He ain't got nothing, y'all. He ain't like them Nigerian old men, y'all. No. He just barely scraping it. Y'all heard me. I didn't say making it. I said scraping it. All right. He barely scraping it. That's probably why he went back. He got tired of barely scraping it. Let's see. Oh, here's Malika. Rick from the Bag family wants 5 to 6 wives, and I don't blame him if I had to sleep with Cynthia. Mm. I don't know how many wives. Yeah, that's my favorite wine. I'm sorry. It tastes so good. I don't know how many wives this man wants, but I've asked myself that also because I've seen several marriages just fall apart in the Gambia. And I've heard about several marriages falling apart in the Gambia. So I said to myself, what in the world would he want to stay with her for when he could have somebody so much prettier, someone so much more shapelier, someone so much more cleaner, somebody to clean up his house, wash his clothes, cut his hair, cook his food. Well, she cooked food. But I'm like, what? Why don't he do that? And then it came to me because half of that land is hers. Remember? She owns half of that land. So if they break up, oh, she's going to get half of that land. She's going to get half. She's going to get a lot of stuff. So he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that, people. So he's going to sit there and keep on saying whatever you want, sin. You think so, sin? Anything you say, sin. He going to keep on doing that because he know, honey, money is tied to that. He don't want her going nowhere. He don't want that at all because he know that's what happens with that. And she going to get the house. He ain't going to get it. He has 4 wives and 3 ex-wives. All the Gambian wives were employees. Okay. I don't know. I'm not saying that. She's saying that. I didn't meet 4 of them. So I don't know. She could be right. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, yeah, my mouse. I need a mouse pad. Let me put it on here. I'm sorry. Kiki, do you think you could have taken the bag lady? She's a gangster disciple from Chicago. You know what? I don't condone violence of any kind. And it's just sad to me that at her age she resorts to violence. That's the real issue here. Why are you that age and when you don't like what somebody says, your response is violence? That is the real issue here. That's what's wrong in our community now. We don't know how to respectfully to disagree. All she had to do was come up to me and say, Kiki, I heard what you said about me, and I don't like what you said about me. I didn't appreciate that. And I think you owe me an apology. And I would have said, well, tell me what part you think I owe you an apology for. And if she would have said, well, I think you should apologize to me because you said X, Y, and Z. And if I would have felt like I was wrong for that, I would have simply said, you know what, bag lady, you're absolutely right. I shouldn't have said that. And I sincerely apologize. And I will even make a video apologizing to you publicly. Because Malik, if you go through my channel, you will see I have done that. I have done that. So you don't ever have to come at me with violence. Never. That's like the lowest form of communication. Like the lowest level of communication is violence. I don't need to be violent. I have a wide vocabulary. I'm a very forgiving person. All you have to do is just tell me. Because somewhere, somehow, I've offended this person. I truly have. I've offended her to the point where she want to fight me. She want to do me physical harm in public where she knows she will go to jail for that. You're ready to give up your freedom over me, over a video? No, use your words. Use your words. Words are more powerful than violence. Use your words and tell me. And then you could always say, oh, I tried to tell that old ignorant Kiki loves Nigeria. I went up to her and I tried to tell her that she offended me and she did this and she did that. But she can't even say that because her response to what she didn't like was, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to destroy it. Adults don't behave like that. I may be joking around a little bit, but adults don't behave like that. And I'm a full-grown woman, and I don't behave like that. I do not. I don't condone any violence at all. None whatsoever. And like I said, it's just a shame that at her age, that's her first resort. Even with KWESI Boyd, when I told y'all, when they found out this stuff, right? They had a group, the Dusty Divas, which are, I'm going to tell y'all who they are, and then I'm going to just call them the Dusty Divas. They are Phoenix Rain and Travel with Ray Ray, also known as Travel with Tay Tay, also known as the Traveling Tay Tay. But I refer to them as the Dusty Divas, thanks to the Fresh Prince of Wakanda, who coined that phrase. So from now on, it's the Dusty Divas because that's much easier. All right. I don't even know what I was going to say about the Dusty Divas, but the Dusty Divas is so much. The Dusty Divas, they condone this violent stuff, okay? And they had this group. And see, like personalities attract like personalities. So they had this group of repacks, and it was on Messenger. And in this group, they said, Cynthia was in the group, okay? And people really respected them at this time. They looked at them as, you know, the leader, some type of leader in this repack movement. So they were telling them about what was going on and what they suspected, not what they could prove, but what they suspected was going on with KWESI Boyd. And instead of Cynthia saying, well, go to KWESI and talk to him, go to KWESI and ask him, you know what she said? I can't. No, first thing she said is she couldn't believe he was doing that. She said because he seems like such a nice person, and every time she's had interaction with him, he was very nice and very respectable. He just seems like a really quiet person. That was her first response. But then when they went on and told her more and more and more and fed her more and more and more of their lies, that's when she says, wait till I see him. I'm going to put my foot in his ass. I'm going to beat his ass. Now, who talks like that? That let me know this woman is the lowest of the low, okay? So she needs to work on that. She needs to work on that. She needs to really raise her vibration and get it out the gutter, okay? Because that's gutter. To your first response is always violence. My first response is let's debate. Hers is violence. We're not on the same level. You got to go back and watch her video. She hates, yes, you're probably right about that. You're probably right about that because I watched some of them and I was just like, I don't know how people could follow her, honestly. I don't. I see a lot of issues that she still have going on within herself, okay? And I'm like, you can't talk about somebody else when you got when there's fingers pointing back at yourself. Okay. And just the way, whenever a woman puts down another woman because of the way she looks on the outside, that lets you know a whole lot about that woman, what's going on with that woman. And I remember her talking about women being overweight, you know, and she made a video about it. And it was just like to humiliate these women and to shame these women. And I'm like, how can you call yourself an uplifter of a woman, but you shame a woman at the same time? You're shaming these women and not shaming them on something they can change, like their moral behavior. You're shaming them because they're overweight. They're overweight. Some of them have probably been overweight all their lives. And this is what you're shaming them for something on their outside. And that's when I was like, well, people who follow her, that's on them. So I can't really go and judge who they follow. If they want to follow this woman, then they can go ahead and follow her. But I could not follow somebody like that. I just couldn't. I couldn't even listen to her for long periods of time. I just can't. I don't like people who talk about other women. So angry, you can't talk about people that you ain't got ish either. She has an extreme, yes. And people who do that, when they sit up and talk about, oh, she ugly, oh, she this, like Travel with Ray Ray. Everything she say about me, that's how she feel about herself. That's how because it's not me. It is not me. It's her. It's how she feels about herself. She has an extremely low form of self-esteem. And that's why they were arguing with Aunt Kathy. Because it was all about who's going to live here, who's going to live there, who's going to be the queen, who's going to get worship, who's going to get, and they got mad. Oh God, y'all, guess what else they got mad at? They got mad because Aunt Kathy would not meet with them. Okay. Aunt Kathy refused to meet with them. She was like, I don't want to meet the Dusty Divas. Those are your friends. I don't want nothing to do with them. They got mad. That was another thing they got mad at. That was another thing they got mad at because she refused to talk to them. But she refused to talk to one of the Dusty Divas, Phoenix Rain, before she even got there, because she knew something was wrong with her. And this is coming from someone who watched, a lot of her videos, a lot. I couldn't stop watching the train wreck, but the wreck happened before she got to Africa. Oh, see? You see what I mean? See what I mean? The wreck happened before she got to Africa. So that's the people who be going over there. They're people who are messed up here. Messed up. People, if you're messed up, please don't go to Africa. Please don't go to Africa looking for no healing. If you ain't started your path to healing here, don't go there and expect to be healed. Don't take that mess over there, because all you're going to do is take your negative activity. All you're going to take is your negative energy. All you're going to take is everything negative that you do. You're going to take it to Africa with you. That's all you're going to do. That's all you're going to do. You need to get yourself together before you even get there, people. You need to get yourself together before you even get there. So hold on, I got to keep track of the time, y'all, so we don't be on here long. I want to make sure we go over everything we need to go over. Hey, Places and Spaces, how you doing? Places and Spaces, do you know, I cannot believe you have been on here riding with me since almost 3 years now. Wow. That's a long time. Thank you. Thank you. I consider you a YouTube friend. Kiki, you can't live there, but just success that the elderly. Oh, no. Okay, good. Thank you. With their illnesses, retire there without modern conveniences or medical support. Okay, let me explain that. I can't live there right now. No. That's why I said I was going to retire there. Okay. So I'm going to retire there. But if you have illnesses, that's another thing. I told you in my other video, come here. That's why you can't live there full time if you got illnesses, because you got to come here and go to the doctor. You got to get your medicines. You got to do, I'm not encouraging anybody to live there full time. No. I can't. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. I'm just saying I cannot. And these are the reasons why. Because of illness. I don't have illnesses like that, but I want to make sure I don't have illnesses. I want to keep not having illnesses. So I want to come here and get the medical services that I can get. And without the modern conveniences. No, some of the stuff you're going to be able to have when you retire because you have that steady income. And like I said, you're going to downsize once you retire. You won't need a house. You'll need an apartment, a small apartment. And your expenses won't be that high. Medical support. That's why I said I would only go there for certain time out the year. I've never, it sounds like I was telling you to go and live 365 days, retire people. I'm not saying that, because I'm not going to do that when I retire. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm telling you, my plan is not to do that. I think it's a good place to retire, but I would not come to the United States. I would still come here and get all that. Because when you're there, you can get air conditioning, you can get everything you need. Like I said, it's just going to cost you got to pay for it. Nobody trusts him now. No, they don't. Nobody trusts KWESI now because of that. Nobody trusts KWESI now because of that. They don't. They don't trust him. And they were just thinking I don't know what they were thinking about me. ICW baby girl. They were thinking I was just lying, like he hired me to clean up his reputation. I wasn't cleaning up nobody's reputation. I was going to say what it was. Right. Get real. A defamation suit in the Gambia against U.S. citizens. Yeah, you can do that because the crime occurred in the Gambia. Remember, it's where the crime occurred. They don't care. That's like here. If you commit a crime here and you're from the Gambia, we're going to get you. We're going to sue you here. And that was the thing with Black Acres, because I told the lawyer what Black Acres did on their video. And they said, yeah, not them, because they have property and land. We could go after them. But the problem is, it's in the Gambia. How are we going to get it? How are we going to get it? We could still do it. We could stay claim to it. But is the reality of us ever getting the land going to happen? So, yeah, you could do wherever the crime occurs, that's where you sue. Our Kathy was disgusting. I'm glad they ran her out of the Gambia. She should have taken her somewhere else if she wasn't happy. Yes, exactly. That's what I do. I'm not going to go on there and do that. I'm not going to do that. That's why I know she had a total breakdown, because I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm going home, and I'm not coming back. If KWESI won the suit in the States, he could put a lien on any president. Yeah, he needs to do that. He needs to sue them here too, because that's what Cardi B did. That's how Tasha K never gonna have nothing, nothing. But maybe if he wins the suit there and he hires a lawyer here, maybe they can ask the courts here to honor the court's wishes in the Gambia, because I don't see how he's not going to win the suit. Phoenix had nothing, and that right, and that's what I told him. Wonderful. I said, but they had nothing, KWESI. If they were so talented, they would have jobs. Talented people are employed unless they retired, and they retired because they want to retire. Okay, so if they're so talented, why were neither one of them employed? He didn't answer. If Travel with Ray Ray is so talented, why is she always at the gym doing Zumba with the two bobs she claims to hate, except when she comes back to the United States, when she goes and exercise with them every day, all day, because she don't have no job? Yeah, so at least he could sue them. He could probably get some of her Social Security check. I don't know if he could get that, but she don't have nothing. I remember her name from her videos because she was fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, she is pretty. She's real pretty and she's nice. Yeah, she's real nice. There's no way that a semi, oh, this is Travel with Ray Ray friend, y'all. Okay. There's no way the semi-literate criminal KWESI boy can win the case. He only brought it in a desperate attempt to counter the claim laid against him months ago. Which case? You talking about the case that the court ruled was not a crime? Is that what you're talking about? Or the other one? I don't know. She has so many. We don't know. So let's wait. I'm trying to get these comments so we can go and look at the definition of defamation. Since Super Black thinks his friend is justified and all the lies they've told about KWESI boy, let's look and see. Rick can't creep. He is no. Oh my God, Jesus. Wow. Y'all see that? That was a low one. That was a low blow. That was a super low blow. He can't creep because he don't have reliable transportation. Wow. I've been watching that cat from the beginning. Who, KWESI? Well, see, that's what I mean. People been watching. Were you watching and what? To see what was going to happen? Was you watching and what? That's what I want to know. Malik is over. Let me read this one. Malik Zulu Shabazz is over the Panthers. He's a Muslim brother. Is that who you are? Is that you, Malik? Malik Zulu Shabazz? And you over the Panthers? Really, I did a lot of research on them too. I sure did. I know a lot about Dr. Huey P. Newton and the Black Panthers. Yes, I do. And War on the Panthers. Have you ever read his dissertation, The War on the Panthers? I bet you haven't. I've read that. I don't think Tay Tay has been with anyone in the Gambia. I think her problem is trying to change the Gambia into what she believes it should be. Yeah, that's most Americans' problems when they go to Africa. They want it to be a little Africa. They want it to make it to what they think it should be. They basically want to colonize it. That's what they want to do. They want to colonize Africa instead of accepting her for what she is and accept your role you play there. I believe she stated that herself. I remember Tay Tay making a video about she wanted a husband who could, yeah, she did. And she keep on begging for a husband that could provide for her. But that's really sad. That tells you how little she has to offer. That she's on YouTube begging for some man, for an African man on top of that to marry her. And this last time she went to the Gambia, did y'all see how lonely she was? I was like, oh, this is sad. This is sad. You're in Africa and you are lonely. This is sad. I mean, that's how bad her reputation is. Nobody want to mess with her because they know if you mess with her, they see what's going to happen. Oh man, she needs to just quit. That's why. I wonder that's why she ran out the Gambia so fast, y'all, because she knew this lawsuit was coming. Sunrise, you must not know about Tay Tay's early days in the Gambia. Maybe she don't, but girl, she's just yeah, she might not. Full, yeah. You're right. I haven't known her for that long, but she comes off as really caring. Really? But I'm still. Tay Tay comes off as really caring? Are you serious? The person who has 4 to 5 lawsuits against every man who's turned her down in the Gambia? Are you serious? And let me see, what else? And the person who the 26, she was sleeping with a 26-year-old, and now she's prosecuting him because she found out he had another girlfriend in another country, and now she's trying to send him to prison for the rest of his life. Her, the one who makes videos where she slanders and libels people's reputation. She's a really nice person. Every friend she's had in the Gambia, she's turned on them and made a video about them, and she's a really nice person. Oh, I must have missed something, y'all. Where did I miss the information? I want to know where she's a really nice person. She laughed too much for me. Anybody who laughed like that, something ain't right. And she laughed at stuff that ain't even funny. Yeah, she laughed too much. I've enjoyed my time. Oh, thank you, watching you, Kiki. And I've been laughing, especially when you're going off about the Dusty. Oh, thank you. And I've enjoyed your comments. Wow, I can't believe it's been that long. I feel like the Gambia has caused Tay Tay so many problems. She should stop. No, she caused the Gambia so many problems. Correction. She brought these problems on herself. Nobody's messing with this woman. Nobody is messing with this woman. But let's go back to the defamation stuff. Okay, let's go back to that. When she got there, she just, instead of asking KWESI what happened, okay, she joined forces with Travel with Ray Ray. I mean, with Phoenix Ray. Instead of going to him, she just believed everything Phoenix said to her. She believed everything Molly Moore said to her. She believed everything Adrian said to her. Adrian was Black's husband. He was the one talking. I haven't read emails or messages from Juliet, but I've read them from him, where he was the one instigating. Yeah, he was the one mailing her, saying he's going to tell Juliet. But I didn't see Juliet's message instigating, but I sure saw his, where he's telling them to keep it going. I saw Molly Morris where he's telling them, I don't want him to know that I'm working behind his back. I don't want him to be mad at me. I saw that. This is just, this whole thing was foul. You don't do people that help you. Travel, Phoenix Rain did not have money to get there. Yeah, we're going back to what we're talking about. We're talking about this defamation, and we're going to stick on that. We ain't talking about me tonight. Yeah, she was walking the streets at night alone and jumping in back. Did you see that? Because she don't have nobody. She lonely. And the boys, y'all know who the boys are? That's like in the hood. The young boys in the hood that just be hanging out. Who gonna hang out with them? Except the young girls. Her whole reputation is trash. But that's what she did to herself. She did that to herself. She did that to herself. I remember there was a video about Rick and Cynthia put up a family coming to visit them, and the lady had married a Gambian man, and she had 3 small children. Okay. Okay, why you say that, Sunrise? Finish. I didn't get the point. Gave the dog keeper her, I know, her car, slipped and admitted. See, why was she giving the dog keeper her car? Why is she doing that? Why is she giving the dog keeper her car? That's what I'm saying. Why is she doing all that? What was going on between her and the dog keeper? Or what did she want to be going on between her and the dog keeper? Because she wanted something going on. That's what she mad at. She can't be mad because the dog died, so I'm going to sue you, and I'm going to send you to jail, and I'm going to want you to spend the rest of your life in prison. Really? Why do you even have pictures of the dog keeper? Yeah, that's what I'm telling y'all. It's something more to the dog keeper than what's there. This is not me. I am El Haj Malik El Shabazz. Oh, I like that name. El Haj Malik El Shabazz. That sounds like Malcolm X's name. Y'all, Kiyomi is in here snoring. What is this picture on your thing? I can't see that. Malik, Mr. El Haj Malik El Shabazz. What is that on your what is that picture on your thumbnail? Her daughter was sitting on her mom's husband's lap, and she kept moving back and forth. Oh, what? I know, honey. Okay, you know what? That was my video that YouTube removed because I didn't put the copyright disclaimer. I'm sorry, I'm talking to the computer. I didn't put the copyright disclaimer on there. Okay, so whenever you use clips from somebody else's videos, you gotta put the copyright disclaimer on there. Okay, I made a video about that, but YouTube removed it because I didn't put the disclaimer on there. All right, so I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. And he said he was going to give the girls some money to dance for him, and the little girls was like, no. And then he said, don't tell father. Remember that? Is that the same video? Don't tell father that you were dancing for me, and they danced and he never gave them the money. Yeah. Is that the same video you talking about? And these are the people who he needs to get them for death. But KWESI really need to add them to the suit because they have something that he can get. Black Acres has something, and they are so in on this. They are so in on this. Yeah, it would be fun watching him bring a $3 million lawsuit in the U.S. for defamation to his so-called multi-million-dollar business. Okay. Yeah, he can. Because it meets, as long as it meets the measure of defamation, okay? In America, that is so frowned upon. A child, sitting on a mom's new husband's lap. Oh, no, I haven't seen that one. Oh, for real? Is this a new video? No. Oh, y'all, I'm not reading that. What? Oh, this ain't the same video. Sunrise, is this the new video? Is that video? Oh, girl, which video is that? I got to go see that. Right, we don't be sitting on no man's lap. And y'all showing, oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, no. Okay, let's get back. So look, let's do the definition because people think he didn't, KWESI, they didn't do nothing and he ain't got no suit. So let's look at this. Let's talk about libel and slander. There's 2 types of defamation, libel and slander, okay? Libel is a defamatory statement. So when I go on YouTube and I make all these defamatory statements about you, that's called libel, Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Libel is a defamatory statement that is written. So when I go on YouTube and I go to my community section and I make a post and I say KWESI Boyd is a scammer, KWESI Boyd is in jail, KWESI Boyd went to prison, KWESI Boyd took my $16,000, KWESI Boyd is nothing but a criminal. When I go on YouTube and I write that in my community section, and I know this person has like almost 1,000 and some, over 1,000 subscribers, okay? So how do you know at least those 1,000 subscribers will see that, okay? And who knows how many other people will see that? And who knows how many other people will share that information? So you see how dangerous that situation can be. So then when I make a video, it's even worse. Then that's called slander when it's oral. When I go on YouTube and I make a video and I say that you are a scammer, that you scammed me, that you did this to me, you're a criminal, you're a pimp, you got 7 wives, you got this, that, and the third. And that's lies. And you know it's lies. Not the people asking a question, but you go out and promote this as truth. Then that's defamation. And these people, the Dusty Divas, have went out and promoted this as truth. They made a video I'm about to show you for the people who haven't seen this video. And this is how it all got started. Let's see. First, before we look at the video, we're going to look at the 5 elements of defamation. Now, I hope this video works, y'all. So the 5 elements of defamation, okay, is that it has to be libel or it has to be slander. It's got to be one of the two, and it's got to be a statement that's considered defamatory. And it has to be a published statement. So it can't just be me and you talking at home. And I say, oh, I think KWESI is nothing but a scammer. And then, I tell you, and that's the end of it. And you tell KWESI, oh, she said you was a scammer, but I never published it. I never had it in written form, like on YouTube, published. I never had it in a video, published. When you put it on YouTube, it becomes published, okay? So it has to be a published statement. When it's on there, it becomes published. So we're going to test to see. Was this scammer statement published? Was a scammer statement ever put in a video? And then you have to say, did the statement cause injury? Has this statement that KWESI Boyd was scamming his investors, did that cause injury to KWESI Boyd? Did it? You tell me, people. Did it cause injury to KWESI Boyd? That's the second thing the court is going to look at. The third thing the court is going to look at, they're going to say, is this statement false? And if you have you have an independent agency, Exodus Alliance, who did an audit that said that there was no fraudulent misappropriation of funds, nothing like that occurred. You have that one. And then you have the court in the Gambia, where he was sued for criminal activity, said there was no crime that occurred. You have those 2 independent entities saying there was no crime, there was no misappropriation of funds. So yes, he can prove that statement was false. Those statements are false. The court has said they were false, and the Exodus Alliance said they were false. Now, is this statement not privileged? So a not privileged statement means some statements are privileged. So if it's in court, and if I'm in court, and we're in court, and I say, oh, I think he's a scammer, yes. If the lawyer says, Kiki loves Nigeria, do you think that Black Acres of the Gambia are scammers? And I say, yes, I believe they're scammers. I can't be sued for that. You can't say that's defamation because that's privileged, okay? So is it not privileged? I think I said it right, guys. There's 2 kinds, it's privileged and not privileged. But if it's in a court, you can't say that. And then if it's a media person who's doing a story, they have privilege also. Oh, and if you're getting legal advice and you tell the lawyer, that's also privileged, all right? So who is KWESI Boyd? KWESI Boyd is an international businessman from Connecticut. He resides in the Gambia. He's been in the Gambia for about almost 10 years now. I love to round, so it might be around 8 or 7. I just say about 10. And he has a family there. He has friends there. He has employees there. He's very active in the community in Gambia. One thing I really like, that's what I liked about going to his house. At his house, you could tell the people know him. He's a part of that community. Little kids speak to him. People walking up and down the street speak to him. Like he's really friendly with the people in his community. You'll sit out on the balcony and you'll just see people wave, people come by. It's a really active, place where he lives at. And he's very much a part of that community. Not like an African American who just kicks it with African Americans, who stays to themselves like Bag, who's been there for I don't know how long. And you can clearly tell they're not a part of any community. It's not like that. He's actually a part of this community in the Gambia. And he's best known for creating Invest, Relocate Africa. Although he did have businesses in the Gambia, okay? I mean, in the United States. I think he had tax company, and I think he had another business before that in the United States. So what is Invest, Relocate Africa? For people who do not know, Invest, Relocate Africa was a company that, like I said, was spearheaded by KWESI. He joined forces with Art Cathy. They both came together, took it to another level, and they opened up opportunities for investing to African Americans who had not had those opportunities before. It was a crowdfunding project, okay? And what you could do, you can invest in this crowdfunding project. You could give as little as $25, $250. I think Phoenix Rain gave her was $250. So for this, whatever you wanted to invest, you could do that and you could grow with the business, all right? And you had certain perks for your investment. So this is what Invest, Relocate Africa was. It seemed to be growing. Like I said, if it had a chance to really grow and develop, I think it would have been something really nice. It seemed like a very nice place. It gave people a chance to relocate to Africa who didn't have money. So say you wanted to, you didn't have a job here, and you always wanted to go to Africa. You could go there and be like an intern. That's what Phoenix Rain did. That's what the Dusty Divas were doing. They were going there to work. So while you work, you kind of paid for your accommodations through working. You were not going to live, though, in first class accommodations. I'm sorry to tell you. You were going to have a place to stay, but it was not like when you were there traveling. And that's what they did not understand that. So they were doing internships. I'm going to call them internships. I know that's not the word he used, but to me, it was something like an internship. Like I said, that's the route that the Dusty Divas had taken. Invest, Relocate Africa was a group on Facebook, okay? And it was open to the public because that's how, when I start researching KWESI Boyd, this group was open. This is how long it was, because this group is not open anymore. This is how long ago it was. And I could go inside the group and see what they were talking about. And I could see Phoenix's daughter go inside the group and tell them that KWESI was doing all this crazy stuff. He had stolen people's money. He had done things to her mom, and he was threatening her mom. It was just crazy. And then Phoenix and them went inside, the Dusty Divas went inside the group and was telling the investors, don't send any money to Africa, don't send any more money, that he was spending the money, that he was on drugs. And somebody said to make the group private. So one of the investors was like, this needs to be private. Too many people are seeing this. So that's when they made the group private, and I couldn't see it anymore. So I'm saying that to say, just think how many people saw that. If I saw it, think how many more people saw it. So we know the 500 people in the group saw it, but it was open to anybody. So anybody could come on there and see it. So I'm thinking this man is on drugs. I'm really believing this man is on cocaine, that he's stealing money. So I'm believing all of this. I believe in everything they say. So they go on UN's channel. They go on there and tell him how KWESI is stealing money, and how the proof that he was stealing money was because we all were waiting for the proof. I know I was that he had gave some money came in. He gave the money, transferred the money to our Kathy right away, the business partner. Okay. He transferred the money to her, and that was her proof that he was scamming. So I'm not sure who the money was supposed to go to. And then this is another thing. She opened all of the financial accounts, the electronic financial accounts, when she got there, according to her. According to her, she was in charge of all the money. So there was money in that account because investors were sending money. Because remember, she said to tell them to stop sending the money. There was some money inside that account. I can't remember how much money it was because I saw the messages, the conversation going back and forth between her and KWESI. And KWESI was telling her, what about the money that was in that account? Where's that money? We never seen that money. She never said anything about that money. She had access to that money. Remember, she bragged and told us that she had the keys to the kingdom, that her and the Dusty Divas were now in charge and they had the keys to the kingdom. Remember when they did that? Because that was right after they made this defamation video that is still up, that has I don't know how many views. I'm going to try to show it to you guys. And this is where they went and really, really, really destroyed this man's reputation. So let me see if y'all can see this. So I want to show this copyright disclaimer because remember I told you I got in trouble for that before. All right. So I got to show this because I'm using clips from other people's videos. So fair use, as long as I'm educating people, as long as I'm researching, as long as I'm doing commentary, as long as I'm doing something that's going to better the public, then I can use the video, okay? And as long as I'm not like just sitting up here taking the chunk of the video and showing it in my video and not, you know, altering the video in any state. Now, the way we're going to show the video, we're altering it in a state because you'll see me, right? Yeah. All right, y'all. So let me go out of this one. So we want to stop sharing this one. Now, this is the first clip that this is what's going to really get them when they get to court, because this is the clip where they just destroyed this man's reputation. This was just horrible, what they did to him. Can y'all hear it? Tell me if y'all can't hear it. So this is, for y'all don't know, this is Phoenix Rain. Oh, let me turn this down. Let me get to where I want to go. Hold on, y'all. So for y'all who don't know, this is Phoenix Rain. Phoenix Rain, she had a YouTube channel and she shut it down. She shut it down. I think she shut it down because she really wanted to reinvent herself. After this was blown up and everybody realized that she destroyed this man's reputation and she just basically told a whole bunch of lies, she tried to clean up her reputation. And I think that's when she went on this, you know, I want to change who I am. So here's the video. Let's just get to the point, y'all.
It's trash.
This is her. This is both of the Dusty Divas, okay? Tell me if y'all can't hear it.
There's no construction going on. Okay. This is the kitchen. That's not habitable. That's not usable. Oh, this is disgusting. This is the kitchen area.
Okay, now remember, this house is under construction. This is a house in Africa, okay? Now, first thing they don't understand is how Africa works. All right, let me explain how it works with this. They're doing work on this house. You can tell that work has been done on this house, but there's nobody occupying this house at this present moment. So they're not going to pour the money into the house because there's nobody at the house. There's other properties where people are at, okay? So Shantae was supposed to be bringing The rest of the money, because remember, this is supposed to be her project. Hotel Hell, that's her project. So she said 16,000. Okay, but what did it look like before this? Because somebody's been doing something in there. It's obvious. No, they're not finished. We can see they're not finished, but somebody's doing something in there. That's the part they're leaving out. So let's finish. Let me go back to this video.
Come on, we gotta move quickly. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's a room. They're just empty rooms, no construction going on.
This room, look at that. There's no trash in there. There's no old furniture in there. It's cleaned out. It looks like they're about to ready to go to the next step in the phase. It's getting that place remodeled.
Okay, none of the fixtures have been done. The power is not.
If $70,000 came in, because my investment is on this property.
Yeah.
And I was the largest contributor. Why is there no construction going on here? Because he's a liar.
Okay.
Yeah, show that.
Here's the bathroom. Here's the bathroom.
Look at that. And you want to put a family in here?
This
Really?
This is the bathroom that you want to put a family in.
This is not a trap house.
Okay.
So that was the bathroom. It needs to be finished. I've seen worse than that, where like empty structures where nobody's done any work, because they don't look like that. They don't look like that.
This is the bathroom.
It still needs work.
Okay.
And that's what he was saying.
Upstairs.
But look at this outfit, y'all. I'm sorry. What is wrong with this woman? What is wrong with this woman?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
As you can see, the windows are broken out.
And just so you
I
know,
mean, this is like a nice place to me.
He's talking about he can't win business, and the property not even freaking lot.
Look at that room.
Just straight open.
Fixtures hanging out on the ceilings.
Look at this room. It needed the light fixtures. I mean, this room was almost ready. The nice view. Look at that.
This is what's been done with the investors' money. Absolutely nothing.
No trash out there. Minimal trash out there.
Absolutely nothing.
Even when you rent places, honey, they usually be dirtier than that.
You've been here for 2 years. You've been here for 2 years, investing with people's money and doing God knows what.
The property has a lot of potential, but all of the money that was sent in to put this property to standard to be ready to book out, none of it's been done. And there's been no accounting of where the money has been spent.
She said there's no accountability to where the money's going or where the money is. Lady, you're inside the property, right? You've got the keys to the property. How did he get the property? How did he get the property? Didn't he use money for that? Right? There's some kind of work going on in there. Because I know it didn't look like that when he took possession of it. Because y'all seen them houses in Africa, they look horrible when you take possession of them. So somebody's been in there cleaning. So that costs money. Somebody's been in there doing something. That all costs money. You have to pay people. You have to pay for things. But when you live in Section 8 and you live off the government and you get SSI checks, you don't understand how the real world works.
Only looks the best, better than the rest, because they were going to try to put someone in here. So
This is where they had. This is where they.
Now, this is how you really know they know nothing about Africa. The people probably sleeping at the house, probably working at the house, okay? And that's for security, so people don't come in the house and rob the house. But she gonna interrogate these people with her little 12-year-old skirt on. She gonna interrogate them and ask them what y'all doing in the house, blah, 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 blah. I couldn't believe she was even talking to them people like that.
They had everything staged They had the room staged before they came and took it out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, because they had the bed and stuff in here. I remember that.
Okay? Another bathroom. That's not,
So now
it is not.
they were saying something about the video being staged. But what you got to understand is when you want to rent property, you stage the scene. You put furniture in there that's not really there. You decorate the scene on how you let people imagine about how this really would look if you lived here. Now, if nobody's not there right now, why would they have the furniture there? Maybe they're moving it around to some other place where they have somebody staying. That's what you do when you have multiple properties and you're renting them out at different times.
Sufficient, it's not clean, it's not functional. The water doesn't work, it's nasty and disgusting.
Look at that, y'all.
The water doesn't work, it's nasty and disgusting.
Look at that. That's real attractive. That's wifey material right there, y'all. Get y'all some of them little 12-year-old skirts and them little gym shoes and that belt. Man, the men in the Gambia are gonna be chasing you down. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Okay? This is what's supposed to be the main bathroom on this floor. Come here, I need you to open that door, please. Come on, please. This is supposed to be a main bathroom here that has no door really and has no basin, wash basin. It's just a closed toilet. This bathroom needs to accommodate 2 rooms on this floor, 3 rooms on this floor. Because none of these rooms, well, those 2, that one is an ensuite. This one does not have a bathroom. It's not an ensuite. So it would have to be used by this bathroom, which doesn't have a shower or a sink. Okay?
What's the last one?
This was another room. Oh, my apologies. Bathroom. Okay.
I'm sorry, who are you?
All right, y'all. So we got the gist of this. Let me see what they're gonna go outside.
Oh my God, you have a good one. Wow.
So that's pretty much it.
This is the.
But this was the video. Let's stop sharing this one. This was the video that supposedly defamed that proved that he was a scammer. Okay? This is the video that proved he was a scammer. This is the video they told us, remember? They said there was a little girl who was handicapped and her mother was all flying in. They were on their way to the Gambia. And this is where they were going to stay. Remember that? That's why we were all in the uproar. We were all in the uproar because she told UN they were on their way there. And this is where they were going to stay, in Hotel Hell. She said they would be there. But guess what, y'all? We never saw proof of them coming. I waited and I waited and I waited. I never saw a video. It's Hotel Hell. The name of this video was Hotel Hell. It's on whose channel? Oh, I got that from Go Black to Africa. That was on his channel because Phoenix deleted it. But it's on Dusty Travel with Ray Ray's channel too. She is still more likable than the sleazy. She is still more likable than that sleazy. Oh no, I don't like her. I don't like people like that. I mean, you can like who you like, but I could never like somebody who I tell my secrets to, and then when you get mad at me, you're gonna make a video about me and tell everything I told you. That person has no honor. That person has no more. I can't deal with people who don't have honor. Travel with Ray Ray has no honor. The Dusty Divas have no honor. I can't deal. If you have no honor, no, I'm cool on you. That means you'll do anything to me. I am not a fan of KWESI Boy, but they did him dirty. They sure did. They did. They're gonna pay for that. They're gonna pay for that. Because I'm hoping he can, when he win the lawsuit there, he can ask the court here to honor it. KWESI groups. That's not nice. That is not nice. Let's see. Phoenix didn't have money to get to the Gambia. She is the real scammer, scammed people the next day after arriving, and gullible people fell for it. I saw through her the moment that she started. Yep, me too. I did too. I saw through her the moment that she started talking. You absolutely right. She been scamming people since she got there. She scams crazy. She scammed crazy to make him think she was some international travel investor that she knew about how to do finances. She's a big scammer. Because if you know all of this, why are you sleeping on your daughter's couch? Why don't you have a bed to sleep in if you're so knowledgeable? Yeah, and did you see her doing all the talking in that video? And see, that's what Quasi said. He said at first, he said Shantae was cool at first. He said, but she started listening to Phoenix. He said before she even gave me a chance to explain myself, to justify anything, she started siding with Phoenix. And she said that. She said that she sided with her because that was her sister. And I thought it was her sister in real life. I didn't know she had just met the woman when she came to the Gambia. She sided with her. She didn't check out anything. She just rolled with what Phoenix said. Now, this video was like 9 to 10 minutes ago, and people in the comments were complaining about it and told Rick they should have something. Oh, I got to go try to find that. Tell me what was on it so I can look at it. Because Rick and I, they creepy like that. Honey, they creepy like that. That's why they love to go to Solomon's. Because he get to sit there and fantasize. Those dumb women wanted to take over the business, but didn't bother to, exactly. They wanted to take over his business. I'm going to repeat. They wanted to take over the business, but they weren't smart enough to do it. They contacted the investors, told them don't send the money to them, to KWESI anymore, send the money to them, that they were in charge, but they didn't know how to run a business. They had everything they needed. They had all the investors, they had the database, they had control of the money, they had the keys to the properties, but they couldn't even run it because they were that stupid. They were that stupid that they couldn't even run it. So the thing just flopped. It just ground to a halt, left the investors just hanging. Just hanging. Now they don't believe anything KWESI says because of them. Art left. They don't believe anything he says because of them. Some of them do. Some of them still held on. It was the mom and the 3 little kids and the Gambian husband. Okay, I'm going to try to find that. You said it was about 10 months ago. I'm going to try to find it tonight, as a matter of fact. Black acres are nothing but scammers. Yeah, they big scammers. They old Slick Rick been pimping and slicking ever since he was born. That's all he know how to do. You see, he went and got his hair braided and made a baby. I can't even believe that. I can't even believe they told nobody that story. I cannot believe he was 21 and got a minor pregnant. I can't believe that. Black Acres put the letter S. They sure did. They put the letter S in scam. They sure did. They zoomed in on the child and everything so Rick and Cynthia knew. Oh, what? Yeah, because I told you they like stuff like, didn't I tell you why they go to Solomon's all the time? In my opinion, karma will deal with those with those low lifers. Yep, it sure will. It always does. Karma always gets them back. The place looks nice, but the windows shouldn't be broken and the appliances should be at least working in a good stance. Yeah, but nobody was there. It was empty. That's the thing. And they still had to do work on it. They had to do some more work on it before they put all that stuff in there. They didn't give him a chance. Maybe if he was a real businessman capable of doing all that he says, he should have been able to turn a negative. Not that. You can't. How do you turn that into a positive? Tell me. How? That's why there's a law called defamation. That's why there's a law called libel and slander, because people will do this. And you can't do this. That's why you can sue somebody for that. Because even to this day, I bet you people still believe that line Tasha K said about Cardi B. That's what makes it defamatory, because it won't go away and it just keeps on going and keeps on going and keeps on going. You just see another YouTube content creator just made a video about KWESI scamming her out of the, and I'm waiting to see what the scam was. And she actually said the sheet, the listings. But you got the listings. How was that a scam? And then somebody said, well, did you contact your bank for your money back? No, I didn't contact my bank for my money back because I don't like confrontation. If you contacting your bank, sweetie, it's not going to be confrontation. Number two, if you didn't get what you paid for, you had a right to get your money back. The point is, you got what you paid for. You just wanted an update. These people wanted an updated list. That's what they wanted. So this is what I'm saying. Now when people, and this is a new video. So how do you come back from that? When people, no matter what you say, people are still making videos saying you scammed them. Until you sue these people, then it'll stop. Then it will stop. Then nobody's going to get on here and say he's a scammer. They're going to think twice. They're going to shut their mouths. I would not sit on the toilet. I wouldn't even wash my hands in the bath. I wouldn't go in there and do nothing until they were finished. Nobody was living there. That's the whole point, people. Nobody was living there. Nobody was living there. It was vacant. They were fixing it. They were in the process of renovating that and other properties. Shantae was supposed to be coming there with the rest of the money. Maybe she didn't have the rest of the money, y'all. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why she wanted to break away, because she knew she didn't have the rest of the money and she just didn't want to tell them. I guess so. I was happy to he finally stopped whining about blacks and then did something. Yes, whatever. Yes, I am too. Because do something. Don't just keep talking about it. You know, that makes it worse when you just keep talking about it. Put it in action. For real, 3 years of the same sob story. His multi-million-dollar, yeah, but that hurts. He's really hurt over that, people. He's really, truly hurt over that. It's like when you put your blood, sweat, and tears, if you've ever built a business and then you have that business go down because of something somebody else has done, and it ultimately becomes on you because you make the decision to either hire that person or deal with that person. That's really hard to get over. You have to let that go. But the bigger the business is, the bigger the loss, I'm sure the harder it is to let that go. I'm sure it's hard to let it go. And it was really nice. It was really nice. I recall Phoenix saying her family poured their money to buy that house she lived in their recent, was her recent husband. What happened to that place? She moved out. So that's how you know that was a lie, unless she meant rent it, because she moved out. But yeah, she said her family takes care of her. They pay the bills for her and her husband. So she probably don't need to be on YouTube, but she wasn't making nothing on there anyway. What exactly was this business? Training Gambians. What was he training them for? What were the dozen of homes they advertised for $300 a year? Where were the dozens of homes? What? You said what were the dozens of homes? It was a travel relocation business. So it helped you travel and relocate to Africa, to the Gambia. He was training Gambians on how to use the internet, how to do technology, how to do online business, how to do online marketing, how to do international business, how to do online marketing, how to build platforms, how to build databases, how to run a database, how to update a database, things like that, how to run a company. That's what I seen him training them to do. They worked for Relocate Africa. That's what they did. They would go out, they would show you properties. And like I told you, when we would go out, the ladies would go and help us. They would go because they speak the language. So they would go interpret different things for us. What were the dozens of homes they were advertised for 300 a year? I don't know, because maybe that was before this big influx into the Gambia, but there's no homes now that are $300 a year. If they were 300, they were gone. They probably were 300, but I bet you they went real fast and everything peaked because everybody was coming there. I think the bag video is the one called Children's Day Out at Bag 10 months ago. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I sure am. I surely am. I'm gonna watch that tonight. Those who invest in crowdfunders obviously know how it works. Well, they didn't. They didn't know how it worked because they messed it up. They didn't know a clue about crowdfunding. They didn't know a clue about investing. They thought once you didn't want to do it anymore, you could just ask for a refund on your investment. That's what they thought. They didn't know nothing. They pretended like they did, but they didn't know a thing. You right. That's the time. Okay. I know, honey, I know. And I can't do it till I get off of here. And you know they on here watching, especially creepy Cynthia. She's a creep. So I know she's on here watching in the middle of the night because it's late over there. And I hope he sue you. I hope he add Black Acres in there because they are the biggest instigators and they keep it going. Because I told you on that Elvin's B&B video, they said they wasn't doing business with Elvin because KWESI Boyd was a scammer. Every time KWESI Boyd tried to do anything in the Gambia, Black Acres is there to let people know he's a scammer. Yep, I'm kidding. I'm not telling you the truth. All right. I don't know anyone dumb enough to send money to. Well, a lot of people were. A lot of people were. Okay, y'all. I want to show y'all this video. This is Phoenix when she came to stay with KWESI. I want you to see how different she was then. And once she started losing the weight, once she started seeing men was checking her out, because see, I'm sure wasn't nobody checking her out here. You know, once she got there and she saw, oh, I'm losing weight, men are checking me out. I can do this. I don't need KWESI. I don't need art. I'm good as art. I could take her place. But look how humble she was to this man in this clip. This is why I said these people are nothing but the devil. These people, but you know, the devil always come in sheep clothing, y'all. You know, that's what my nana always told me. The devil will come in sheep's clothing. Okay? And again, we showed our fair use clause at the beginning. So this is KWESI's video.
With her,
Okay.
they didn't ask her about it. We had a sister that was in Miami. They wouldn't let her get on the plane. They was asking her about it. So I guess different airports are doing different things. And sometimes we might have to be a little assertive. You know, we might have to be a little assertive and say, hey, listen, I have business over there. You know, this is what I'm going over there for. Like I did a video talking about entitlement. You have to move like you have some entitlement. You know, I'm AGOS. I have, you know, my destiny is there. You know, I purchased this ticket. You know, it's been delays already. I'm going over there to be, you know, to check my investment.
Now he had to tell people this. Let me explain to y'all why he's telling people this. He's telling people this because at that time, I guess the only people who was getting visas were business people. All right, if you was just going for tourism and travel, I guess they wouldn't give you no visa. So he's telling people you got to tell them when you, because they're getting visas upon arrival. And people don't realize that's a totally different type of visa. I believe a visa upon arrival is for business people, okay? So that's why you got to have your story together. Because when you get to the airport, the first thing they do is ask me for my passport. Now, United is the flight that you're taking to get up to go to Gambia, all right? So they're looking in their passport for your visa. They're not letting you on that plane without a visa. So I'm sure these people are coming up with the story. He's telling them, you got to tell them that you have business over there. You're going to get a visa upon arrival once you get there, but you have a business investment. And the business investment is Invest Relocate Africa, and that's what you're coming there for.
Investments. You know, I'm going over there to, you know, vacation. You know what I mean? You know, I don't think the restrictions are coming off. So what we're going to do and check Phoenix out and see, you know, how her first night was. So let's go check it out. Hey sis, I'm coming with the camera. Sis.
Hey, y'all, hey.
Oh man.
Wait, what is this date? Tell me the date. It is October 1st.
October 1st. Is it?
It's October 1st. I flew in on the 30th.
Yes.
Yes, 10/1/2020.
I'm there. I need to get down next to her.
Listen, I'm sure you want me to stand up. That's significant for
So
me because
you
it's my
here?
birthday month.
This is where you stayed.
Yeah.
The first night you stayed here. You saw the pictures and everything that was there.
Yeah.
You're on your computer, you know. So we got a couple of nice pictures. You talked about colors too.
Yeah.
We were speaking about colors and how they're therapeutic. They call it color therapy.
Color
right?
therapy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a great night's sleep. Everything was ready for me. I felt like a VIP from the moment I landed in the Gambia. I did a shout out to the team. Let me do it again. Shout out to the team. And now that I'm meeting the ladies here, like shout out, like I felt like a VIP. I was well taken care of. The team embraced me, made sure I was here. My room was comfortable. Like this is I like a nice firm mattress. So I wasn't like sleeping uncomfortable. I was like, oh, this is nice, you know.
You know, remember many of the hotels and stuff, you know, when you're getting them.
So if I was KWESI's lawyer, the first thing I would say is, ma'am, which story do you want us to believe? Because on this video, you're saying what a wonderful welcoming you had. You're saying how great the team was. You're saying how perfect the place was. What a wonderful night's sleep you had. And then what? A week later, you're calling the man a scammer? And because you get this because you don't understand how to read a spreadsheet. You don't understand crowdfunding. You don't understand international business, and especially business in Africa. You don't understand international real estate, especially in Africa. Man, what's your experience running an international real estate business in Africa? Do you have any? No, you don't. So how could you make a judgment call that this man was scamming when you don't really even know what's going on? Why didn't you just go to Mr. Boyd and ask him what was going on before you made these videos? Because clearly from this video, Mr. Boyd welcomed you into his home. He gave you a nice place to stay. He gave you the accommodations that you needed, and you were pleased. We don't know what happened to make you upset to then couple weeks, maybe a week later, calling him a whole scammer. We haven't figured that out yet.
You're gonna have a bed where you had a lot of people on it, and a lot of the stuff is dilapidated. And kind of, you know, it's like those cheap hotels. You know, people looking for to spend. You know, they on a budget or whatever. You know, you can get this for $19, $20 a day per room. We got Mega Ty. He on the camera right now, but he's in the other room down the hall. He said he wanted to be on the camera. You know, check his video out when he was on the horseback. It was a really cool video.
So Mega Ty was like a person. He had came there to visit, and he stayed at one of KWESI's properties. I think he knows KWESI's cousin. I think that's the relationship there.
And funny. It was a frisky horse.
But he just happened to be there at the same time Phoenix was there.
A frisky horse on trying to get his female horse.
See,
you know. However, you know, the idea is that when you come, the airport experience. You know, you have people that you were with that said they were coming over here, but you were expedited. Just like
I met a couple people, and they, you know, gave me the spiel that they knew folks here and that they were gonna get some VIP treatment, and I got through the airport process faster than all of them.
Okay, listen to this, okay? Because I thought you were scammed. I thought it was such a horrible experience. I thought there was nothing ready. I thought all the money was gone.
The moment I got off the plane and kind of got into the line, the first gentleman saw me and said, "Hey, you're Phoenix?" And I was like, "Yep, that's me." And he said that he was sent to take care of me, that the team was on their way. They were about 10 minutes out, but he wanted me to know he was there and that he would take good care of me.
We send the picture to you.
Yeah.
So we have an immigration officer, Cole.
Yeah.
There, he works at the airport.
Yep.
So and Cole also worked behind that grill and help to get the pictures up. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah. So Cole expedited you, got you through the airport. You know what I mean? And made that, because we send the picture.
Okay, y'all. So that's what I just want y'all to see. I want y'all to see these are the things that the court is going to bring up. These are the things that the court is going to bring up. These are the things that they're going to look at. And this is clear on YouTube. I just like I just looked at it. So which story do you want us to believe? Which one? The one when you got mad and you realized you wasn't going to be able to take over and run things? So then you staged this corporate coup? And Adrian from Blackson tells you keep up the good work. So you thought since he told you to keep up the good work and he was going to give Miss Juliet your number, you thought Miss Juliet was going to call you and y'all was going to be cool and y'all was going to be friends and y'all was going to help take over, invest, relocate Africa together? Is that what y'all thought? But then when the fire got hot, we see what happened. They couldn't run the business. They couldn't do nothing with the business. They don't know nothing about business. Why did Blackson break up with the handicapped woman? Seems bossy. What? Who was the handicapped woman? Why did Blackson? I don't know what you're saying. Who was he talking about? I don't know who the handicapped woman is. I don't know none of that. Phoenix got off the phone with half a blouse. Is that what she had on, y'all? She did. Yep, she did. Can you believe? I couldn't believe she came to Africa dressed like that. I could not believe when I saw her get off the plane like that. I said, "Oh, this is going to be a disaster waiting to happen." I couldn't believe it because you can easily research the country and they'll tell you if it's conservative. And Gambia sure enough says conservative. Let's see. Rockabye, baby, you obviously don't have a clue. Educate yourself, whether you are a businessman or not. Defamation does great harm. It sure does. And it's hard to reverse, which is why people sue to recoup the damage. Exactly. You can't, it's like, you can't live it down. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what you do, people are going to always associate KWESI Boy with this Reinvest, Relocate Africa hotel hell scam. That a handicapped girl was on her way to stay at this hotel and there was nothing in there. But they never says what the scam, the girl never came, that was all a lie. They never say what the scam is. Just ask them. They never can tell you what the scam, the court couldn't find the scam. Exodus Alliance couldn't find the scam. But these people out here on YouTube still believe there's a scam because these dusty divas put this lie out there and they spread it. And people are so ready to believe a lie about a Black man. They're so ready to believe a Black man is a criminal. They're so ready to believe a Black man is stealing money. They're so ready to believe the worst of the worst about the Black man. So that's why everybody sucked it up and went on this high-tech lynching and said, let's get him. And that's what they did. And every time he tried to come back from it, y'all won't let him. Y'all won't let him no matter what. All the research I've done, if this man was a scammer, I would have found it. I would have found it. I would have found it. Somebody would have wrote me. People write me and tell me, I don't even know these people. They write and tell me things all the time, every day, all day. The girl who made the video, she was on my channel. Y'all know she was on here talking to us. And she thought he was a scammer. Why didn't she say, Kiki, I think KWESI Boy is the scammer? And this is why. She didn't even mention it to me. She didn't even mention it to me. But then you go make a whole video about it, but you're on my channel faithfully. People just try to come up off of lies now. They know if I say KWESI Boy scam, people are going to click on there because people want to hear the scam because people believe he's a scam. So that's a way now. Oh, I want to get my YouTube channel up. Oh, I need clicks and views. Oh, let me say KWESI Boyd is a scam. I'm serious. I am so serious. Because it's always the same thing. Now, the only thing we hear is that it's this little list. That's it. If we as Black Americans come together, like the Tubobs and the Arabs, we would really make some changes and improvements in the exactly. That's why they do the crowdfunding stuff. They call it, and the Africans, they call it susu. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. That's what we need to do. But that's what he was trying to do. If we did that, we could have something. We could really have something. We could have a business there. We could get a business running there. Then we could have a community. But we can't even do that because we're too busy trying to take down each other. We're too busy trying to take down the Black man because he got pretty wives and he got more than one. And he dressed real nice. So he must be a pimp. He must be a player. He can't be a real businessman. Isn't that sad? We are our people's worst enemies. And let me show y'all this video. This is when I knew. This before I even met KWESI. I was sitting at home getting ready for work. And I always watch the videos on YouTube. And I saw this video. And I said, oh, this man is in trouble. They're trying to destroy him. And I didn't even know who they were. So look at this, y'all.
3 just came. 3 vultures. I don't
So
know.
let me go back. Yeah, I gotta go back to the beginning. I'm sorry.
And I don't think I ever saw a vulture this close up before. Yeah. We're on the way to the internet cafe. Damn, 3 just came. 3 vultures.
So that's 3 birds. 3. 3 is a significant number. All right. 3 is a very significant number. It usually means the Trinity. The past, the present, and the future are all coming together at one time. Oh, Black Acres, I forgot to do y'all video. I just been busy. I'm gonna do it.
I don't know.
To
I know they were
interpret your
cooking
dream.
over there, but right. So we're on our way to the internet cafe.
And vultures are birds who come to prey. They come to eat. They come to eat flesh. So when I saw this video, I'm like, oh, I don't even know this man. But I said, oh, he's in trouble. They coming to eat his flesh. Somebody is coming for him, and they're coming to feast off of him. And I had no clue. No clue. But I was gonna go on this mission.
Right now. And I have the guys up here waiting for me. Yeah, it's beautiful here though. There's mango trees everywhere. Like, you know, here's a mango tree right here. Here's another mango tree. That's a mango tree.
Okay, I think that's it about the vultures. All right, I think that's all. But that is when I first really started paying attention to him. And I was like, oh, somebody trying to hurt you. Somebody trying to come and eat your flesh. And look what the Dusty Divas did. They came to try to feast upon this man. And they're still trying to feast upon. Dusty Travel with Ray Ray is still trying to feast upon this man. That $16,000 was PPP loan money. She fraudulently got that money from the government. They're going to catch her. They're going to catch her. They catching everybody. That was loan money. That's where she got that money from. And it was only $20,000. She gave him 16. Okay. She told him once she got there, she was going to have the other 30. I don't think she had it, because if she got 20, think about that, y'all. That was going to take her whole 20 PPP loan money. No, I take that back. She didn't have that PPP loan money to the next year. I think she sued her employer, because remember she said she sued her employer? I can't even believe she had an employer, but she sued somebody. and she had some money. Because remember, she was bragging, because I'm suing Sally. So suing Sally was happy because she had some suing money. She had some lawsuit money. That's what I believe she went to the Gambia with. So when she got there, she's supposed to give him the rest of this money. I think she decided she didn't even want to do that because she probably didn't have it, for one, because if she had 30,000, then she went and got the 20,000. That's $50,000. She left the Gambia when? How long? She might have had that much because she was in the Gambia for a minute, y'all. She was in the Gambia and she was spending large. She was spending large because I'm trying to figure out, where did she get this money from? Because she doesn't act like people who are wealthy. Now, wealthy people, they don't wear fancy clothes, but they don't dress like her. You know, they'll wear something that, you won't be able to tell they got money, but they won't look like that. So I'm looking at her and she don't act like anybody who upstand her. Like the way she talks, the way she walks, everything about her says low class. So I'm like, she does not come from money. So where is she getting this money from? So she got it from lawsuits and PPP loan money. All right. So when she gets there, she decides, I'm not going to give KWESI nothing. Me and the other Dusty Diva, we're going to take over the company and we're going to run the company. But like I said, they couldn't do it when they got there. My plan to build a business plan with a group of people. I remember KWESI saying something like, if we all stay together as a family, we can, but they're not doing it. And it's so unfortunate because they're not doing it. And that's what we really need. That's what we really need. That's going to make the transition so much easier because we can have a community with housing, and the housing could have everything that we needed. Everything, because we know what we need in our housing. It wouldn't be a problem. It would not be a problem, but we're too jealous of each other. I don't believe we're all like that though. I don't, because there were points and times in history where we have come together as a people. We have united as a people. But we got to do that. I think that's the only way you can, successfully live in the Gambia. And then you know what else you got to do? You can't be apart from that community. That's what I noticed from the Ghana man who had his house torn down. That's what I wonder. If they did that also, because he was not really, I don't know though. I don't know. Was he a part of that community? Like, was he married to the Ghanaian people? Did he have Ghanaian children? Or was it like a mixture? Was it something that the Ghanaians were also a part of? You got to be a part of the community, or they're going to always see you as an outsider. They always will. And I think the only way you can do that for real is you got to be with one of them. Because if you're not with one of them, I don't care what they say to you, you're going to always be an outsider. You're going to always be an outsider. An outsider looking in, because they'll never let you in 100%. Never. And that's why this is unfortunate, because KWESI has a wife. He has kids there. He has wives there. He has kids there. He has family there. He's interconnected there. We really could have done some things in the Gambia, people. We really could have done some things. And that's why I think they went to this extreme to shut him down. Because they knew that if we all worked together and if everybody believed in him, if everybody put their money together, because you could have put just $20. If you sent $20 a month, somebody sent $100 a month, somebody sent $50 a month, and we build it together. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how the Arabs do it. That's how the Lebanese do it. That's how the Chinese do it. Like when you go to Nigeria, the Chinese even have their own place where they even live. And somebody was, one of the people from the Pan-Africanist people was saying that the Chinese don't have a police force in Nigeria. Yes, they do, Brandon. They do. The Chinese do have a police force in Nigeria to police the Nigerians. So yes, they do. Because they're all working together. But we don't. When we see somebody who got enough charisma to unite us, when we see somebody moving and shaking, no, what do we want to do? We want to be like Black Acres and start making videos about them and start pulling them down and start tearing them down instead of working with the people. What they should have done was go to this man. If they didn't understand how the business was being run, they should have went to this man and asked him to explain it to them instead of defaming his character. So I say that KWESI meets the case, that he meets the crowdfunding, that he meets the liability, that they all did this, that they were liable. From what I see, from what we talked about tonight, I think he's going to win. I think these people, the Dusty Divas, I don't know so much about Blacksit because I know Adrian instigated it. I never seen anything from Miss Juliet, but I did see Adrian instigate it. I seen Adrian tell them, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. And I seen Cynthia from Black Acres first take up for him, say she can't believe he was doing that because he was such a nice guy. And then what she do? She realized, oh, this is my opportunity. Slick Rick got in her ear. Hey, we can come up off of this. We can knock him out and we can take over. Yeah. That's all it's about. Who's going to be the leaders in the Gambia? Who's going to get that repat money? Because we're all coming over there. We can't come on our own. We need somebody to help us. Who's going to be that contact person? Rick and Cynthia charging $200. I heard the Arrival charging $200. How much does the Happy Companion charge? It's all about the money, people. It's all about the money. And the person who can tell you the best on how to live over there, because they've been there the longest, and they have several businesses over there, they've shut him out the deal. They made sure y'all believe he's nothing but a scam. And those videos Miss Juliet did, they're gone. She took them down because she knew. She's smart. She knew. Oh, I'm not leaving this up here. You defamed this man's character. Delete, delete, delete. But not Black Acres. They still doing it. They still doing it. They're still defaming this man's character. And it's really sad because I don't see us coming together in the Gambia. I don't see that. I don't see the Gambia being united like that. See what happened to Adrian. Yep. See what happened. Exactly. See what happened to him. You undermined that man, Adrian, and you were smiling in KWESI's face, telling him we need to unite and we need to work together and we need to let bygones be bygones. And then behind his back, look what he doing. Look what he doing. They stabbed him in his back. They all did. They all did. Molly Morris, he stabbed him in the back, smiling all up in his face. Don't tell him what I'm doing. I don't want him to know what I'm doing. The Blacksit lady. Now this is what my position about her. Now I told KWESI this is my position about her. I feel like the Blacksit lady was upset because KWESI left her and started his own business. And I felt like she felt like I helped you get on. I helped you get started. You know, I think she was kind of resentful that he went out on his own. And I think that was the issue between them two. All right. I think that was the issue. So this other stuff, what the Dusty Divas did and what Adrian did, encouraging them to destroy this man's business was something totally different. He encouraged them. Keep up the good work. I'm going to pass this information to Juliet. I'm going to give Juliet your number because they wanted to be in the graces of Juliet because back then, Miss Juliet was like, she was really big on YouTube. They wanted that YouTube. They thought YouTube fame and YouTube money was everything, y'all. And they staged this corporate coup, destroyed this man's character, destroyed it to the point people are so reluctant to do business with him now because of what they said, because of what the lie, because of this Hell Hotel video I showed y'all. because of that. That was their only proof. And that he transferred money to Art Cathy. That was their proof that he was a scammer. That was the proof. Oh, and these other people say because it was an outdated listing. The listings were outdated. That doesn't prove scam. That proves you paid for something that was outdated. If you felt like it was outdated, you should have asked for your money back. A scam is when you don't get anything for your money. But to this day, like I told you, we just seen another video saying KWESI Boyd is a scammer. He should sue them all. He should sue them all. I would just keep adding to that list. Every YouTube content creator that mentioned my name being a scammer, I throw them on there. I would throw them, I would shut their mouths because he's already paid the lawyer. He's already paid the lawyer. So let's add more to the suit, KWESI. Let's add more people. That's more ways for you to collect. And you can collect from Black Acres because they got land over there. I thought Tay Tay vlogs when she go on her trips, but her videos are always 2 to 5 minutes long and nothing really entertaining or productive to watch. So what does she do when she goes to sue people? Sunshine, Sunrise. She goes to sue people. She doesn't have a boyfriend in the Gambia. She doesn't have a husband in the Gambia. She doesn't have a lover in a place where you can pay for sex. She doesn't even have that because the people know she's trash and she's got a bad energy on her. Every time you see her going to the Gambia, she's going to court. She's going back to these court hearings because she wants these men, and they're all 4 men. She wants them to go to jail. They're young men. She wants them to spend their life in prison. That's what she wants. That's what she's going for. She goes for lawsuits. Now, who goes to Africa? You put your life on the line when you go to Africa. Who goes to put their life on the line, pay all that money, get in all that debt with Ventura Capital One Visa card to sue somebody? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Tay Tay said the Gambian men don't care how a woman looks. No, they don't. And I'm not going to say it's a foreign woman. It's just, they don't, it's not like here. They don't, African men don't so much go by how you look. They want to know who you are on the inside. Because African women are beautiful. They're beautiful. So when you're surrounded by beautiful women who are built nice, you got to look for something else. So they look for who you are on the inside. Now, if this is truly all they were looking for, as you were a foreigner, why isn't she married? Why isn't she married? If that's all they're looking for is that she's a foreigner, why isn't she married? She's been there I don't know how many times. She's not married. She don't even have a boyfriend. She don't even have a lover. So if that's all they're looking for, why isn't she married? Because she's corrupt morally. Her soul is black, and they know that. So they don't care how you look. They care how you act. And they see how she acts. And don't know Gambian man, don't know African man, no real African man will ever talk to her and take her seriously. Never. Never. As soon as she starts saying, I got 4 law school suits, I done sued 4 people, they're going to back up off of her. Yeah, that's why Gambian Nice said he wasn't trying to talk to her. He said she told me, when she told me how she was, he wasn't trying to talk to her. They don't care how you look. Maybe that is why she dresses like that. No, she dresses like that because she don't care how she looks. She don't care about her star player. She doesn't. Because if she's cared about her star player, she wouldn't be full of love and not hate. Those 2 women, those dusty divas, are full of hate. That's all. Not love. No, there's no love there. There's no love going forth there. So that's why they dress the way they do. That's the way why they act the way they do. And that's why they did what they did. So in my opinion, they destroyed this whole movement back to the Gambia. I don't know how we're going to rebound from this, y'all. And that's what I look at. what's the next thing we could do? How can you solve this problem, Kiki? That's what I do. I look at problems and I come up with solutions. Y'all can't even come up with a solution for this. I can't. All I can say is don't believe what you've heard about this man. Interact with this man and judge him for yourself. That's what I can say. He's easy to talk to. He's easy to reach out to. Judge him by your reaction, your interactions with him. That's what I think you should do. That's my advice. Don't judge him by what I say. Don't judge him by all this defamatory stuff you've heard. Judge him by who he is. But that's so hard to do now when people with 56,000 subscribers like Black Acres continually put out this lie that this man is a scammer every chance they get. So that's all I got, y'all. We've been on here 2 hours and 24 minutes. Thank y'all for joining me. As always, I go back to work next week, so y'all know what that's going to be like. But I think we got a 4-day weekend coming up for Easter. And if we do, I'm going to be back on here. And I think that's when I'm doing this one video about something that's going to shock y'all to y'all core. I'm working on that, but I might do a live. I'm going to do a live of interpreting the dream, okay? So y'all can ask questions. Because remember the video, I want y'all to go watch the video when the lady went to bag to interpret the dream, all right? Now, one thing I want y'all to remember, go watch that video, and then we're going to do a live about that video. I'm going to interpret that dream on this live so y'all can see it, okay? Y'all can ask me questions. But one thing I want y'all to remember about that video, I want y'all to remember how many times y'all heard me say the term nationalism. How many times have y'all heard me say and talk about nationalism? All right? And I'm going to leave it with that. I'm going to leave it at that. But we're going to do that. Sunrise said what video? Okay, Sunrise. Go look at Bag's videos because they might take them down now, y'all. But they so desperate for money, I don't think they taking nothing down because this going to make them get more views. So go look at that video. I think it was, I Had a Dream About Bag. I think that's the name of it. It's a lady on there. This lady is a messenger, y'all. She's the type that God gives messages to. I don't know if she realizes that. She probably does, though. But God will give her a message, and he tells her, you go tell the people what I said. She's that type of person, okay? So God gave her a message to go tell Black Acres, to warn. That was a warning. That was a warning, y'all. That was a warning. That's how I know everything that I'm saying is true. That's how I know that's them telling me to say these things and showing me to these things. Because that dream, that was nothing but confirmation that everything I'm doing when it comes to Black Acres and everything I'm saying when it comes to Black Acres is right and it's true. So we're going to interpret that and we're going to do it. It's not, I don't know if it's this weekend. I'll let y'all know, but it's going to be a live. And in between there, I'm doing another video that's really disturbing. So it's about domestic violence because we can't let domestic violence stop us from going on our repent journey. We can't deal with that. Under no circumstances can we deal with domestic violence. Sunrise, which video are you talking about? The domestic violence video or the video about the dream? The dream is about this lady who comes to bag and she has a dream. I'm going to interpret the dream for them, Black Acres. And there's another video about what this bird is trying to tell us. Okay? Those two videos, I'm going to interpret those. Those are messages from the spirit world that they want Bag to know. All right? So go look for those videos. Okay, that's it. It's called A Visitor from Bag Had a Dream. This visitor at Bag had a dream. And it's a lady in a white dress, and she's sitting there by herself. This video was probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. All right, get that video and look at that. I think I screen recorded that, so they can't even delete it. But that is, I'm going to save it and tell y'all later. So as for the defamation, well, if we was the court of law, they would have to pay that $3.5 million. I'm sorry, I paid $3.5 million. $3 million. They would pay that. And they would pay that, and I would come to the United States, and I'd ask the court, I'd get me a lawyer here, and I'd ask the court to honor this judgment here so I could get on their income. Like Cardi B, you don't really expect to collect. It's just the principle of the thing. You can get some of her Social Security check. That woman got a Social Security check. She can get a lien on that. Phoenix Rain, whenever she start getting access to Social Security when she retires, you can get a lien on that where you can get some of that, KWESI. Yeah, there's ways you could get money. You just need to keep it going. Keep it going. And you know, if there's anything I could do to help, please, just let me know. Just let me know. Because like I said, when I seen that video, y'all, of them vultures, I said, oh my God. They came to prey on this man's flesh. They come to destroy him. And that's what they tried to do. That's what they tried to do. And that's so wrong. Because if this man had done wrong, y'all know I'd be the first to tell y'all. Y'all know I would be the first to tell you. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I'm about to leave. I'm about to go to bed. I'm probably going to eat. Oh, it's only 8:30. I'm going to eat. I'm going to watch that video about the little girl. All right, y'all. I might make a response video to that. I don't know. But if y'all got any questions, please let me know. And look, if you got any questions about the Gambia, reach out to KWESI Boy. Don't believe all that stuff that these lying women have said. I've been telling you for almost 3 years it's a lie. And nobody has proven me wrong. Nobody. No, they have tried. But what do? Just start talking about me. That's all they can do. Start trying to make fun of me like I'm an old grown woman. And you think you talking about how I look. How I look. You think that's going to hurt my feelings? You think that's going to make me break down and cry? You think that's going to make me stop doing videos? Come on, y'all. I'm grown. I'm grown, like Cedric the Entertainer say. I'm a grown woman, dog. I'm a grown woman. You can call me names from sunup to sundown. That don't faze me. Only thing that fazes me is the truth. All right. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I gotta go. It was fun. It was real. Now let me see how to leave the studio. All right. Now I gotta leave the studio over here. I'll see y'all.